Many Face Publishing, man. Many faces, telephone blown, black stitches, infatuations. Peoples of petrol, dramatic, automatic, faux. Nas, man. Shit. Take me back to when I was a young 17, 18-year-old, man. Now I'm grayed up. Damn, son. So, yeah, we in the building, man. Yeah, I was tired yesterday. I did some videos I'm not going to put out because I was like half asleep trying to do them, man. But today, we're going to talk about briefly defending the indefensible. I think we need to talk about that, man. The media, right, has turned into a clown show. Television, is the land of make-believe, right? Clown shows. So, I watch and I compare two people who have kind of the same kind of fan base, right? And we're going to get right to it. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm talking about. One is a sports figure, and one is a politician. So both of them act like babies. Both of them pay people pretty much to, lie and say whatever. Both of them try to control the media. And I'm pretty sure by now y'all know who I'm talking about, man. We're gonna start with LeBron. Constantly he sends, you got people, even whether he sends them or don't send them, right? But you constantly got people, right? And they do this too, both these guys, right? You got LeBron and Donald Trump, right? They do this, right? They love to throw their predecessors under the bus. They like to, one does it blatantly, and the other one does it, indirectly, right? He won't come out and just say it. He has other people do it. And it's often because they do that because they know that the predecessors were way more respected than they are. So their minions, and when they minions argue, right, they never have concrete evidence or points. They just point the numbers and they just scream and yell and name call and shit like that. So that's how they think they're winning the argument, being loud, name calling, trying to shame you or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the qualities of the fan bases are the same, and the qualities of the people are the same. LeBron and Donald Trump. Okay, so you got LeBron and Donald Trump. Trying to defend them is defending the indefensible. And these people that defend them know that it's defending the indefensible. So being that you know that, why do it? Which makes people think, yeah, you're probably getting paid. Under the table. And now when all else fails, everybody's onto it. Some is just come straight out with it. Like when you look at LeBron, right? You watch guys, I just want him out of the Lakers, man. It's gotten worse in LA as time went on, right? And we told you this years ago, right? Or the people that I know, they know I said he was gonna poison the Lakers, man. Right? I said he was gonna poison LA. didn't want him there. Uh, Most real Laker fans didn't want him there. That's why Kobe had to, down there beg Laker fans to accept him. So he knew what time it was, man. And he brought his fan base with him, right? Something similar to Trump and the Republicans. Republicans didn't want him. They let him run. They didn't think he was going to win. And they were forced to accept him. And he brought that fan base with him, and they've totally taken over the Republican Party. And this was happening in LA. The fans were. It was like a virus that just kept spreading in Lakerland, right? Which is right now is spreading around the country. And sports is just entertainment, but politics is real because this is all real life. And this guy, his first bid, right? Everything was pointing towards him being set up, pointing towards him being they just coming after him, and that's what it looked like, right? And he was just a victim, and that was the position that he played, right? Victim role. Then now this time around he comes around, and he was at first bit he was more of a sympathizer, played the victim, I'm for the people, all that shit. And then this time around, he's really showing you who he is. He knows, all right, I'm probably not going to get elected again. What do we got to lose? Let's cover up the Epstein files, because he said, hey, a lot of my friends are involved that get hurt. He's probably involved. He's mentioning it. That's being shut down and covered up, which is obvious. The insider trading, the money grab that they're having, and politics to me ain't nothing but a big money grab, but they're making it obvious. They don't even care. As for stock market, they're just getting rich off the stock market. The stocks are high, so prices are up. So what they probably did was put their bag into a lot of shit. Let's start a war so prices can skyrocket, right? And then we're all gonna get rich, and then we'll sell, when prices start to drop or when things get really bad and people can't afford it, then we'll sell, and the shit's gonna crash. So people that and then they'll sit there and they're telling you this. You watch Wakanda go on Fox and the ladies yelling and screaming at him. I know the stock, and the best way to get your money is the stock market. Not everybody knows that, you fucking idiot. Like, not everybody is involved in the stock market, man. You know what I'm saying? People may have their own business, man. You know what I'm saying? People, may deal with cash or whatever, a person's situation is. They don't all deal with the stock market. And then the stock market is nothing but a gamble, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to really know what you're doing to get involved. You know what I'm saying? Most people that, have their money in retirements, then even though their money, they know their money's probably in the stock market, but it's they're not trading the stocks. They just, they just watching their bread, they whatever their jobs putting in, they putting in, and the money should be rising with the stock market, based on the investments or whatever that the company's doing. You know what I mean? So they're not the ones in the stock market. Most people don't know how to trade stocks. Most people don't know what to buy. Like, so, I don't understand. Like, you sitting there telling like you have pan buy what the stock market is. They're hinting like everybody should buy these stocks. And maybe if everybody did buy the stocks, it would skyrocket. But most of the people that buy them stocks, that spend the most money, is billionaires and millionaires and people that got money to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like people that I know that gamble, man. The most niggas that win is the ones that be spending the most money. So they getting, you know what I'm saying, they might spend like 10,000 and make, 100 or whatever, but they're willing to put that up. So you got to be willing to put that up. Like, everybody's not willing to do it, and everybody doesn't have that type of money. You got to have money you don't need if you really want to make money. You can make a few dollars here and there off the stock market, but you ain't gonna see no real money unless you need money that you don't. You got to have money you don't really need to use, that you can invest and play around with. And nobody really has that right now with prices this damn high. A fucking Stella coffee is $9, $10. That shit used to be like $3, man. You know what I'm saying? A candy bar right now is damn near $2, man. No, $2.50 in some place. I remember when I was a kid, a candy bar was 35 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, depending on which one you bought. Gum used to be 25 cents, to 30 to 40 cents. Now a pack of gum costs $2.50. What the fuck I'm saying? Like, these are the prices they're not telling you about is going up. Ribeyes and steaks and shit like that. Them shits is double, triple the price. And they're not gonna go down. Pause. But you're defending the indefensible when you defend these people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you sitting there telling somebody about some stock market and motherfuckers is out here starving, B. If you know what you're doing in the stock market, yeah, you can make some money, and if you know how to day trade and do, but nobody knows. An average person don't know nothing about that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And she was yelling and screaming at Rukana because they about a tax, about Kathy Hochul here in New York trying to tax the 1% a little bit more. Like, you that mad because they getting taxed? So fucking what? They can afford the extra money. Most of them still won't get tax breaks, man. If you got a good tax preparer, you're gonna get tax breaks, man, regardless, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they pay money in charity and I know billions. Shut the fuck up, man. All she was doing was screaming, man. Where's the solution for the people, man? You got this man talking about building a ballroom, or Iran can't have nukes. People are sitting there saying, well, you even run on that. And nobody cares if they have nukes. Their nukes can't even reach us, man. But he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? These people, what I think, right, this is just my opinion, for entertainment purposes only, they know the dollar is crashing. He knows he's probably a one-term president and he's 80. These people set up for the future. They set up for their kids and shit like that and their grandkids. These people know that this shit is gonna crash, B. That's why he wants that bunker. You know what I'm saying? This shit is gonna crash. Either we're not gonna win the war, it's probably gonna escalate into something further, which could be a world war. And I think they're preparing for that, man. You know what I'm saying? I think what they're doing is they're stacking their bread. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, being in politics is a big money grab. It's a money grab, man. Like, niggas be going in there worth a couple of $100,000, leaving out of there millionaires, B. Like, where did that money come from? The money has to get, and only for us to get the country back rolling, it needs a reset, man. The money has to come out of politics. We need to elect people, and take and make sure that these people are held accountable. You gotta, to me, we need to stop allowing presidents to elect their own cabinets, like, attorney generals, people that hold weight. Like, his team is his team. Like, your secretary of press, things like that. Your cabinet and all that shit. That right there, all right, cool. But we talking about people that hold public offices are being selected by a president, which is totally biased. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a Republican, you're going to elect somebody Republican. Democrat, you're going to elect a Democrat. And they're only going to, pretty much focus on the views that benefit them. You know what I'm saying? Their party. They're not doing it for America. They doing shit, for the sake of party. Like conservatives. Like, you hiring conservative judges They should have term limits, and I think they should be elected by the people. People should elect them, not no fucking president, man. You know what I'm saying? And then now you start adding term limits to this shit. So now let them run and let the people vote on who should be in office. And if a person, I think that if a person wins a popular vote and then there's electoral vote, that electoral shit, is tricky because it gives these states that are less populated power. Then you see the gerrymandering. So you see what's going on with this shit. So now these little small states, whatever, that may be Republican or whatever, that they want to have it their way and they want to split shit up. This is how they keep power. This is how they oppress the brothers. This is what they've been doing to us for the last couple hundred years. Taking our land, enslaving people, taking away our right to vote, taking away, just stripping our rights away, man, slowly. And, they did that all, throughout the country in the post-Civil War. You had the Jim Crow era. So they trying to bring stuff like that back, as you see. You know what I'm saying? Like, but stuff in the sea here, right? Republicans, and they're at fault. Like I said, they enable this guy. They defend the indefensible. They'll sit there and go on TV, and they know that they have no argument, and they just make up shit and say shit and try to throw numbers at you. The same thing LeBron fans do. But LeBron is 16-6 against Kobe. Kobe was the better player. Anybody with common sense knows if you watch the game, right? We watch the games. So why you think most of the players are saying, hey, it's Kobe? It's mainly the people that, have something to gain by being on television or trying to get somewhere, or just fanboys that say that they just want to go against people, saying that represent guys like Jordan and Kobe, because they feel like, oh, these old niggas, they don't respect the young crowd, whatever that, which is not true. We only criticize the young people to be better, to man up, to not destroy what was built by your ancestors, man, or your elders, man, which is being destroyed. The same thing as our country. When you look at the NBA had to start coming up with all type of rules. A 65 game rule. They got this playing tournament. They added the games, the playing tournament. I mean the mid-season tournament. All this stupid shit that never existed, because if it wasn't broke, don't fix it. The All-Star game formats. Same thing that the Trump is trying to do, man. Strip you of certain shit and replace it with bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's not fixing the problem. He's just putting a Band-Aid on the shit. And then, when it explodes, like what happened in the NBA, which is the same thing, players that want to compete. And then they straight telling you, man, you know what, fuck the fans. Just shut up and watch the game. Same thing Republicans are telling us right now. Just get in the stock market, man. Shut up. Man went on television, Trump, and said, nobody cares about I'm not worried about people, my citizens right now, with gas prices and people buying food and child care and all this shit. I ain't worrying about that. Iran can't have a nuke. You go on TV and defend this shit, you can't defend it, man. Like, even, you can tell when, even, and the same thing with LeBron, even some of your own supporters, saying that, was supporting you because of whatever reason they were supporting you, right? Racist views or whatever that you're not upholding right now, because you promised them immigration. You promised them America first, all this shit, and they don't see that. They see foreign wars. They see you when your people's gaining wealth. They seeing files being covered up like Epstein. Then you try to hit us with some fake UFO shit. No spacecraft, no alien bodies or aliens, no nothing, no or everything is grainy footage. Some grainy footage and some fucking notes and recordings and shit. All bullshit. It's all bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is, right? It's all bullshit. All fake Hollywood shit, man. Same thing with LeBron. How you LeBron talking about, oh, you got his people sitting there trying to defend him on TV. It's so many times people get up there and they defend this guy. This guy's a big baby, man. They didn't give me the game ball. Nigga, you fucking 4-time champion, man. You've been in the league 23 years. They drafted your son. They traded their whole nucleus away for you. The Lakers had a young squad that they could have built around if they would have kept them together. And some of them guys have led teams to the playoffs, like Brandon Ingram and Julius Randle. Solid players. But you ran them off. I mean, Julius Randle was gone before you got there, but they probably would have kept them if they had no intentions of getting you. They needed the cap space. So they went and got LeBron. They went and got Anthony Davis, traded half of them guys, Lonzo Ball. All those guys. Lonzo became more of a bust because of injuries. But look, Josh Hart, all those other guys, Jordan Clarkson, they kept Kuzma, but it was more like, they gutted the whole team. Then they ended up gutting them again. You got a bunch of free agents, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Rondo, and then you gut the team after y'all won the Mickey Mouse title. Same thing as Trump. After you won your first election, your second election, you gutted everything that you tried to build on. Gutted it. Everything you ran on, you gutted. Same thing. Same fan base. Defending the indefensible, right? So he gutted, LeBron gutted the team. They drafted, he went and got, they were supposed to gotten DeMar DeRozan, ended up getting Westbrook because you wanted him. Then when things don't go right, the coach gets fired. Russ is thrown under the bus. You don't defend him publicly. And he ended up leaving. It was a big waste. He didn't make the playoffs. And he says this is a success. You got some people talking about fucking statue. Like, they just make up shit. Like, he should get a statue based on what? Just like you have some people here, Trump should get his ballroom. The fuck does the ballroom, what has he done to deserve a ballroom? What did the ballroom got to do with the people, man? You got security. We don't walk around with Secret Service, and you're supposed to be working for us to help up better our lives. But you worrying about a fucking ballroom. Like, come on, that's just another money grab, man. These people get these shits passed, these budgets passed, and they fuck around and send that money overseas and get it sent back to them, like places like Israel. They all probably down in all these countries. They send the money. We're gonna send you weapons and money. Take out $6 billion. We'll give you a couple of weapons, and then you're gonna give us back the money. They end up giving the politicians back the money. Like, this shit is all bullshit, man. Money's going in one circle, man. Yeah, maybe most of it may stay over there, but some of that shit is coming back, man. That's just my opinion. This is all entertainment purposes, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, LeBron, they gave LeBron everything he asked for, man. Same thing as Trump. They give you everything you asked for, and you still blaming Obama and Biden and bringing these motherfuckers up. Every time it's something wrong, it's never his fault. Same thing with LeBron. Whose fault is it? The teammates. It's always the teammates. It's never him taking any accountability. Well, I didn't play well, or I didn't do this, and I'll take full responsibility, or whatever, or it's always, well, we didn't have enough of this, we didn't have that. Yeah, come on, man. Same thing with Trump. Oh, it was Biden. Oh, well, yeah, the country's falling apart. Yeah, not with me though. The last 15 months have been strong, but before that, the country's falling apart, man. Like, this guy's a fucking clown, man. And then it's the same thing with LeBron, man. Tomorrow, give him a statue, or I want the game ball. You left Miami because some fucking cookies. You left Cleveland because you couldn't win. They were getting you everything you wanted. You supposed to, if you're so great, I was just arguing with somebody talking about Dwayne Wade, and we were talking about Prime Wade and Prime Braun, and I'm saying, somebody said, oh no, I think it was Tim Hardaway, he said he'd take Prime Wade over Prime Braun, because we know the result, we seen the heart, and we seen the results. And one kid was like, and I said, yeah, he at his peak, Wade was a monster. You know what I'm saying? I never said he was better than LeBron at his peak. I just said at his peak, he was up there. He was considered a top 5 player. Here these guys come trying to defend the indefensible with LeBron. Yeah, boy, how was he top 5? His team was finishing in 5th place, and he had the one championship. Fan. If it was like that, then why did LeBron go to Miami? But they were going to form. They were all going to play together, and why didn't they come to Cleveland? Didn't see Kobe going to New Orleans when he wanted Chris Paul. Chris Paul, you come to LA, man. And they voided that trade, but you come to LA. You see Kobe saying, I'm going to go Chris Paul team. I'm the fucking man here. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all go to a neutral team if you want to do that. And we're going to go to the Knicks, man. Everybody going to the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do that. Or everybody going to the Lakers or whatever. Whatever team y'all was going to go to, y'all should have went to a different team. But you went to Wade team in Miami. Why? I'm not in your head or whatever. Pause. I don't know, what your thought process was, but you went to Miami, to another man's team who was on your level at that time. He had to dumb his level down to build you up. Same way how Republicans have to dumb themselves down to build Trump, to let Trump get away with everything. Republicans ought to be ashamed of themselves, man. What a disgrace, man. And they, you know what I'm saying? Like, our country is being laughed at and isolated. They're being kicked out of our allies' countries. We're being laughed at. Our president's being disrespected by world leaders. Iran's making all kind of Lego videos. Now you got Africa making Lego videos. China making Lego videos. Next thing you know, Russia gonna start doing. And they're just trolling this fucking clown. And you hateful motherfucking MAGA people, the ones that are still holding on, which are like the LeBron fans, they hate Kobe. They always want to drag Kobe down. These MAGA people, they hate black people, they hate Spanish people. Anybody that don't look like them, they'll burn it down before they concede. Those are these hateful motherfuckers, man. They don't care if the country burned down. You know what I'm saying? Those are those deep hatred people. That ain't all MAGA. That's just those racist people. You know what I'm saying? That have masked their racism, and now it's out in the open. And our government, they'll exploit that racism just to stay in power. Republicans, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, AD laughing and chucking it up with LeBron till, you know what I'm saying, till he got traded. Till he was no longer useful. You know? It's crazy, man, because the Republicans, they're laughing it up right now. They have control, and they know they're gonna get slaughtered in the midterms, so they can't win fair and square. So they have to, they gotta cheat to win. It's sad. Same thing with these LeBron guys. They gotta cheat to win, man. We gotta stack the team to win. You gotta stack the deck to win. Super teams and all that. Gerrymandering with Republicans. You see how these two cats go hand in hand, man? The antics, the fan base, the mentality, everything goes hand in hand, man. The losing. These dudes are losers, man. How many cases Trump lost, man? Bankruptcies and shit he's filed. How many times the finals LeBron? I mean, look at LeBron losses. Well, we can keep going with these comparisons, man. We can keep going, man. But the fan bases of LeBron, what did Jay Williams get up there? Oh, crying. Same thing these niggas do with Trump. They get on Fox, they get on CNN, and they start crying to the public, you know, how people this and this and this. It's defending the indefensible, man. You know you ain't got no argument, and you sit there and make up numbers and come with numbers and all this shit and think the numbers are supposed to sway people. Nah, people see reality. There's a difference of numbers, the land of make-believe, which is television, you fake reporters that sit here and lie to people that are getting paid to lie, and then there is reality. We out here in the real world are living in reality. Rent is unaffordable. Faulty public service. We don't have the security that you guys have. The health insurance you guys have. Y'all don't have to worry about all the shit we worrying about. You know? We're living in reality. You know what I'm saying? While you guys are living in land of make-believe and living in your stock market trades and living in your you know, your bunkers and all this shit and living off tax-paying dollars, you know, that when you guys, you know, cash these checks, we the ones that gotta work that shit off and pay. You know what I'm saying? When he had his tariffs, who was paying that shit? We was. Consumers. Everything gonna drop down to consumers, man. Did those prices go back down? Absolutely not. So y'all can stop and tell me where I'm lying at, and you know, like I said, I'm not perfect. I ain't 100%, you know, pure like that. Like, we all got some demons with us. My thing is, you know, like, we gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta stop trying to defend the indefensible, man. That's the what I'm trying to say is, like, you know, and I think they can't even defend it no more, to the point where they just don't care. And I think that's where we're at right now with LeBron fans. You know, LeBron pundits, they just going out, they just like, you know what, he deserves everything and no one else deserves any credit. Just give him a statue, and it would be blasphemous if he doesn't get a statue, man. And what did Jay Williams say? Oh, they're on equal terms, and him and the Lakers. Shut the fuck up. They're not on no equal terms, man. What are you talking about, fam? What equal terms? The Lakers had 16 championships before that man got there, man. What are you talking about? That man was 3 and 5 in the finals, man. 3 and 6 in the finals, B. What are you talking about, man? Like, how the fuck are they equal, man? How does 16 and 3 equal? Several banners up there with 3 of those guys, or 4 of them, could arguably be the top 5 greatest players of all time, if not the best, depending on how you want to vote. Obviously, the world will say Mike, but you got guys like Kobe, Magic, Kareem, Jerry West, who don't get enough recognition. You also had Elgin Baylor, James Worthy. Like, come on, man. Wilt Chamberlain played there. Shaq played there. Like, yo, come on, man. And countless other players played there, man. Like, stop it, man. He deserves a statue over those dudes. Cut it out, man. You don't deserve no fucking statue up there. Oh, he brought revenue to the Lakers. Already had money, man. Oh, they weren't on T. Got Shannon Sharp and these niggas crying. Hey, but the Lakers taking shots at Kobe. It's the same thing Republicans do, right? They take shots at Obama all the time, right? Take shots at Joe Biden. This shit is disgusting, man. It's totally disgusting, man. Unnecessary shots. Kobe's dead, gone, God rest, you know what I'm saying? Like, his soul, man. And y'all sitting there taking shots at this man to prop up him. The same thing Republicans will do. They will take shots at when they know they're losing the battle. Yeah, but Obama, he like they said, oh, the nuclear Iran deal, but Obama, he didn't give them money. He unfroze the money they had. Then when they, oh yeah, they can't argue that. Yeah, but he didn't have to unfreeze it. What was he supposed to do? And then when you tell them reality, well, look at what's happening now. They don't want to accept reality. Oh, but Trump was the only one with heart to do it. Only dummy to do it, man. Now everything America stood for is destroyed. The aura we had of invincibility gone. Being clowned. The world knows that American people don't give a fuck about this shit. We just want to live. They know it's the government. And people feel sorry for us. We're the laughing stock. Trump is the laughing stock of the world. We can just keep going. Like, he's not being respected by world leaders anymore. Bases weren't allowed to be used. It's just crazy. Like, look at LeBron. Players ain't want to play with LeBron. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, people don't respect LeBron. His peers not respecting him no more. Same shit, man. Anyway, man, I don't ramble long enough. But we gotta stop defending the indefensible. And I feel like, we all need to change, man. We need to get these Trump people out of here. We need to recognize the hate that they're spewing and the things they're trying to bring to the table. They've allowed racism to become normal again. Just like low management was normal, player empowerment was getting normal. They trying to make racism normal. People are coming out now, just like this Chud Builder dickhead nigga. Now you in jail, facing attempt murder. Like, Hollywood is all bullshit. Playing with niggas, like, stop. You know what I mean? Like, now you got people coming around with hateful. It takes. Why would you hate somebody just because of their tone, their skin tone, or their culture? No, everybody don't agree on culture and race. Everybody loves their own race. But I'm not gonna look at somebody just because you're white and treat you different than I would treat a next man. You're still a human being, man. Just because I don't like your culture or something like that. There's plenty of cultures that disrespect black people. When there's black people that disrespect other cultures. But we should not have hate to the point where we don't want to see somebody live, or we don't want to see somebody take care of their kids and their family. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? We're human beings out here. Yes, we're going to be different, man. There's Asian people, there's Indian people, and a lot of them have a lot of racist tendencies as well, too. So yeah, we'll laugh at them when they get treated like us, because we've been trying to tell y'all the whole time, look, niggas don't give a fuck about you either. But y'all brainwashed and taught hate. Hate is something that's taught, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been taught for centuries. And it's been taught to divide us, man. That's what I was getting at when I said the government are using these tactics to stay in power by dividing us with race and hatred. They're feeding off of people's hatred. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they create these laws based off of people's hatred to stay in power. Meanwhile, they're ripping all of us off. They don't give a fuck about you. That's why I said some of these hateful, racist motherfuckers will burn this country down. They will burn us down, man, just out of fucking hate. You had a pastor. I don't even know how he's a pastor. There's nothing. I was watching Dreamers Pro. There's nothing pastor about this cat, man. Nothing Christian about this cat. When you're preaching hate, Jesus didn't preach hate, man. Jesus probably, if you read the Bible, you look at woolly hair and bronze colored skin. Isn't that right? He wasn't fair skinned. Like, so look at the region he came from. But it's neither here nor there. The point is, he didn't preach hate. But you guys will sit there, come to people's regions, steal from them, steal their knowledge and everything, and then try to act like it's yours. And preach that shit, right? And think you're doing something right by preaching hateful words. Nothing about it is Christian. Nothing about it is religion. This shit is pure evil, man, and hate. And he called himself a pastor, talking about, oh, the Indian people, and they're dirty and they worship this and that. All Indian people don't do that. And yes, there's some of them that are racist. But, you know what I'm saying? You cannot judge everybody as a whole like that. Yeah, there's some of them in all cultures. They preach, they definitely, most cultures preach not to interact with us, American black people. We get called Yankees, all type of shit. Some people say, oh, we're not pure or whatever. But we're from this land here. Our ancestors and our ancestors before that, and before that, most of us was here. So that's probably not like everybody else. But at the same time, don't preach hate, man. When they came here off them boats, right? And this is for these Central American people and all these other people. Isn't it in the writings that Christopher Columbus said that people look like the Moorish people? Which means people look like me. They had color like me. Which means if they landed in the regions where a lot of these people are from, that means your originality starts with people that look like me. And it just got mixed in with a lot of European. Like mulattoes. Remember we were called Indian. So people say, oh, you guys think you're Indian, y'all want to be there. No. They call us Indians. Most people are saying is, hey, look, we don't have no real African roots. Majority of people. It's not to say some people didn't come from Africa. People did come from Africa. But what I'm saying is, for it to be populated 50 million people and only a few 100,000 at best came on these boats, these so-called boats, right? Then how did it populate so fast to 50 million people? Obviously most of us was already here. So that's all niggas is saying. Be like, obviously, like, maybe 90% of the people were here already that look like me. They didn't come from Africa. Even if you want to say they came from Africa, if you came from Africa in 2,000 years ago, like, how the fuck are you still African? We done developed a whole new culture, a whole new everything after a couple of centuries. It's over. So you can't trace that shit. Like, what are you talking about? Like, but I don't want to veer off. I'm just trying to get to where the hatred leads. And it leads, it comes from a bad place, and it's like I said, it's taught. It's really taught, and people have to wake up. Just because you don't agree or you don't like a culture or whatever, you don't like, study the culture or whatever, find out its origins. Also, we should not hate people because of their culture or because of anything like that. Hate people based on, if you're gonna hate anybody, hate people based on actions. Or if you don't like a certain thing some person does, don't judge the entire group or for one person. Everybody's not like that. There's several people that I've met. Just, I ain't gonna say about, today, but there's several people that I've worked with that people be like, man, I don't fuck with that, man. Don't fuck with that nigga. I remember it was one African dude. Nobody liked that nigga. Nobody wanted to do no runs with him and none of that shit, right? And they was like, yo, you want to work with this brother, man? Everybody's like, nah, don't work with him. That dude's a dickhead, man. Fuck that nigga. The African dude. And I'm like, man, fuck it. I'm the type of person to get along with anybody. Sure enough, got along with him. Yeah, we had some issues. We had a few fallouts, but you know what I'm saying, overall, he was a decent man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't judge him, he didn't judge me. Like, you know what I'm saying, we had good conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we had some disagreements, but you know, I never really had an issue with him, like, you know, where it's a point where, oh, I hate you, I never want to work with you again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything people said about him, I didn't see it. You know, just like I worked with somebody recently. Oh, that nigga's dickhead, he don't know how to talk to you. I work with the man, he ain't gonna give you no credit. First thing he did was give me credit. When I did the job right, he said, yo, that man did this shit. I didn't do it, he did it. They was like, oh shit, wow, this looks good. But if I was listening to people, I would have had in my mind, you know, hatred towards this man or some type of stereotype towards this man. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I wouldn't have worked with him. I would have gave my attitude. Next thing you know, one thing leads to the next. This is why you can't go off of what people say. You know what I'm saying? How many people that have dealt with race issues, right, change their mind when they start interacting with different type of people, and they're like, whoa. Even Malcolm X, who was deeply rooted with black nationalism, went overseas and saw, damn, everybody's Muslim. Whites, blacks, Spanish. Oh, snap. We was practicing the wrong thing. And he came back a different man. So that goes to show you that God created all of us so that we can get to know each other and interact with each other. He didn't create us differently so that we can hate each other. It's gotta stop, man. It's gotta stop, man. Anyway, man, let me let y'all go, man. Like I said, I was rambling. I just wanted y'all to see the comparisons, man. Defending the indefensible and how the fan bases and how these two characters, this is all land of make-believe, man. It's all bullshit. Paid actors, right? How these people go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? You go on ESPN, you see them capping. You go on CNN, Fox, you see them capping. And they all get angry and mad and they screaming and hollering and get the fuck out of here with that. That shit, that's not gonna win the argument. Reality wins the argument. You know what I'm saying? Like, people deal with reality, man. People that deal with reality see the truth, man. But anyways, I'm out, man. Many Face Publishing. Enjoy this beautiful day out here if you living in NY, man. Peace.